Hey guys, welcome back to As Many As Journals and Bookmarks, and today, cards. Today I'm going to do stand-up easel cards. I think you'll really like how those work. So far we've got 7 journals. I don't think this is all 7. It's not. There we go. I have 7 journals made. And then I have actually 13 bookmarks because, if you've been paying attention, and I'll show you, I went ahead and turned that one into a bookmark as well, okay? And so I have 13 bookmarks, and today we're working with this cut apart. I love this cut apart, and I started thinking, so I have a friend named Naoka. She watches my videos. Hello, Naoka. She knows who she is. And she always sends me a card that has an easel bottom on it. And I got to thinking, these are so cute that if you made a little card out of these and sent them to someone, they could stand them up on their desk or something like that, and I thought it'd be so cute. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you a super easy way to make this happen. So let's get our trimmer to cut these guys apart. Now, many of you noticed on our 5-minute challenge or 10-minute challenge with the staff, a lot of them did not realize if you cut this branding strip off, then this guy will fit in your trimmer without this being in your way, because this makes your paper a little more than 12 inches. So if you're having that same struggle, cut that branding strip off first. And then you can go to slicing these guys. So I'm just going to slice these apart. I'm not sure that I'm going to do this same process with the larger cut aparts, but I do know I want to do it with these guys. Let me give you another tip real quick. See how I got a little bit of that on there? I don't want that on there. And I have discovered, go ahead and trim those things off while everything's still together. Don't wait to trim that little bit away, because although these look okay, I may just trim that with my scissors. Now that I look at it, because I didn't get too close on these. I think I'll just trim that off with the scissors. But if you do find that you don't cut exactly right, go ahead and do it while they're still together and don't wait. Because if you wait, then you've got to cut 3 different ones. And if you go ahead and cut it now, you just do one good slice. I know that makes sense to people. I tell you this, there's a group of us, and I'm one of them, who do not cut exactly on the line. So those of you that I'm talking to, you know who you are. That's what that tip was for. All right, so let's get all these guys trimmed down, and I'll show you how to make the easel stand. So I was able to get 9 cut aparts out of that sheet. Obviously, there were 9 on there. To make the easel card, I'm using 8.5 by 11 cardstock that I'm going to cut in half at 4 1/4. Now, how did I get that measurement? Those cut aparts are 4 by 4. So I just measured just like I would if I were going to mat them on a regular card base to give myself a little edge around it like that. And that means 4 1/4 will do that. So I'm going to slice this piece in half at 4 1/4 all the way down on the 11-inch side. So I end up with basically 2 A2 size card bases. Now we're not going to score them like A2, so don't get that far, but go ahead and cut yourself 9 card bases at 4 1/4 by 11. Once you've got 9 card bases that are 4 1/4 by 11, these are your score marks, okay? You're going to score at 4 1/4, then at 8 1/2, then you're going to score at 9 1/2, and 10 1/2. This little piece down here is going to make our little mountain valley easel. And I know that's hard for you to see. Let's bring it up like this so you can see these score marks. I'll get them in the camera. There we go. So that's your 8 1/2, your 9 1/2, your 10 1/2, and that leaves a little half for gluing. And this is the middle of our card. So I'm going to score them all the same way, and then I'll show you how we assemble. So again, 4 1/4, 8 1/2, 9 1/2, and 10 1/2 on all of them. So now that we have all of those cut, scored, it's time to fold them, okay? So what you're going to do, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you this with one I've already folded because I think you'll be able to see the lines better because it's white. So this first line is my 4 1/4 line. So I folded that down and creased that. This is where my little cut apart is going to live, just like this, okay? At the bottom, at that 8 1/2 inch, you want to score it up. Crease that down, and this is where you can do the mountain valley. So there's your mountain. Let's create our valley. So we're going to bring that back in, and this is our valley. And then we're going to do one more fold up that is a mountain. I'll show you what I mean by that. So you end up with this at the bottom, Okay, so once you've done that, all you're going to do is just glue this little piece here. Don't do this yet. Don't glue it yet. I just want to show you how this is going to look because I'm going to stamp this. We're going to stamp before we glue, but I want to show you how this works. So then you just glue this down just like so. And then this becomes a stand-up easel card. See how that'll work? It'll be just like that. And when the person gets it, this is pretty easy to understand that's what it is too. A lot of times you guys question, how do I let them know? This makes it pretty easy for you to see that you just do this to stand it up. But this is where my little cut apart's gonna live, and this is where my stamp's gonna live. So let's do some stamping. So for my stamping, I'm going to use this set that says, May God Bless You. I'm going to use this big one here at the top. I'm not going to stamp any of these yet because I don't know who this is going to. I just want it to say, May God Bless You. And that way, whenever I need this or whoever it's going to, if I need to be specific about why they're receiving it, I can do that. So I'm going to stamp, or I'm going to ink up the May God Bless You sentiment. I love this one. It's so pretty. And here's the deal, okay? Here is my first section. There's a score line right there. I know that's hard to see. There's a score line right there. This is my first section. This is the back of the card between this score line and this score line. That's where I want to stamp. And I'll make this make sense for you in just a second. So I'm going to place this down, get a good stamp on there. This is a very loved stamp. It's very dirty. So May God Bless You is there. By the way, it is a distressy looking, you see the little lines and stuff. It's supposed to be that way. So May God Bless You goes right there. And then when we assemble these, that'll be on the back of the card, which is where you can sign as well. All right, so I'm going to keep going. Now that I have them all stamped, I'm going to go ahead while they're flat and put my little cut aparts on them. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to put your stamp upside down, and you're going to put this right side up facing you, if that makes sense. I don't want it to confuse you, so let me show you what I mean. So this will be the back of my card. You see my easel in the middle. This will be the front, and our little cut apart will live on the front there. You may decide to put another color between there, and I might on some of these that kind of blend in, but that's what will happen when the person gets this. It'll stand up, and it'll have the back where you can sign it, and the front will look like that. So that's why we're doing it this way, and I like to do assembly line style because it just makes life easier. So again, we're going to put this on the front of the card, inside of our score line, and just where it mats around the edge like so. So when we fold this up, it will have the sentiment in the picture in the front, the sentiment in the back, and the easel here. All right, I'm going to run through and glue them down. So I decided on these little guys here that I do want to mat them. And I have this piece of gray cardstock that was just in my stash. And I'm going to use it. Now what I need to do is I need to cut squares that are 4 1/16. I'll show you what I mean. So where I would normally cut 4 1/4, I don't want it to be 4 1/4. That would be the same size as my card. Let me try that again. So I would normally cut 4 1/4, but I don't want to do that because that would be the same size as my card. And I know that my little cut apart is 4 by 4. So I'm going to split the difference and cut this at 4 1/16 in a square. So I'm going to need to do this one as well because I need 3 of them. Now these pieces I'm going to put back into my scrap pile. I can use these for something else. I might use them in this project. I might not. But notice how I didn't go ahead and cut that other piece down because I only needed these 3. And that way I can use it later for something else. Okay. Now I'm going to glue these straight to here, and I'll have this tiny little gray line around the edge, which is hard for you to see on my black, but you can see I'll have that tiny gray line, and it'll really help on the white. You could put dimension here if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to glue these straight down, but you could totally pop these up. I feel as though the easel fold of the card is going to add a little bulk to my envelope anyway, and if I want to mail this, I don't think I want to add any more dimension just because of that. Now that may not, I'm just talking now, but that may not be the case because of your cardstock, but my cardstock is kind of thick because I'm using Brutus Monroe Alabaster for these. And so because mine's kind of thick, I need to be a little mindful of that. So now we can do our fold. Let's start at the bottom. Let's start at the Mountain Valley, okay? So first I'm gonna fold up on my first score line, just like so, and let that lay down and then crease it. Then I'm gonna fold back on my next score line, just like this. Be mindful that everything's kind of lining up straight, because you can, you know, train the paper. If you got a little off on your scoring, you can wiggle that paper into place. And then my last one comes up like so. And I want to make sure I get it lined up nice and straight and crease it down. So this is my easel fold at the bottom. Then I just need to fold this guy over to that. So let's fold this one down and then I will crease it. Just like so. And now we can glue it. So just lift up and just this little flap here gets the glue. That is too much glue, but it'll hold. It was about twice what I needed. All right, so I'm gonna let that hold, let that stick there, and then this becomes an easel card. Isn't this cute? So it has this on the back, this on the front. This is perfect to send to a friend. They can put this on their desk. You could dress it up even more, but I think this is super cute. And I know you're gonna ask me, everybody always asks, what about an envelope? This will fit in an A2 size envelope, so no fancy envelope needed. Won't that be cute? All right, let's do all of them. Now, some of my keen-eyed crafters would have noticed that these have no sentiment on the front, and it's an opportunity to use our stickers again, and I think they're so cute. This one right here that is a banner that says, with God, all things are possible, I think would be so cute on this little church, just like this. What a cute little reminder that with God, all things are possible. So there's that one. And then this little guy, I'm not sure. Let me look and see what we've got on here. Some really cute stuff. I really want to use this on there, but it might be too big. Have faith and pray is cute. That would be cute on that pink. Let's look at this, like down here in the corner. Oh, that's cute. I like it. Have faith and pray. So that's a cute one to send to somebody. I love it. So now you have all of these little easel cards that again will fit in an A2 size envelope, so you can mail these out. You can get, look, if you have friends at church, these are perfect to hand out at church. They will love these, to have them just sitting around. I love them. Cute for your desk, cute for your windowsill. That's what I always think of because my mother puts everything on her windowsill, which I think is adorable. These are perfect. So we ended up with 9 of these. We still have more to do. Now it's these guys, and I honestly think I'm going to turn them into 5x7 cards, which I've told you I rarely do because I do not like the waste of a 5x7, because I feel like as an A2 card maker, I like to get 2 pieces from one, or 2 card bases from one piece of cardstock, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I thought about making them into easel cards, but I don't know. They're a little big. They might topple over. I don't know. They probably wouldn't. They would probably be fine, but I think I'm just going to get myself some note cards. This is the first paper pack I've ever done as many as that we don't have any actual cards made. So these are going to be it. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut these guys apart. Then I'm going to cut a mat for each one of these. That'll be just a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch bigger than each one of these. And we will mount them onto some cards. So I got all my cut aparts separated there. And now I have my black cardstock that I'll be making into 5x7 bases. And I decided to use black because most of the sheets were kind of red or green cut aparts. I'll have a couple. I literally think there's 2 that I'll need to add a mat to, but it'll be all right. I think that'll be fine. So I've got these cut down to 7x10, and I need to score them at 5 inches. Got to get used to that because it's not my usual card base style. And then we'll fold this over and crease it down while we're in here. So that will then be a card base, and these guys will mount on the front. Isn't that cool? I think it looks good. I think it looks really good. We'll make sure that's 5x7. Like I said, don't mess with these often. But these white ones, I don't know, that kind of looks good on there. I may add a pop of color. We'll see. We'll see. Now, the other thing it makes me need to do, because I'm making black card bases, is I'm going to need to do a white piece to go on the inside so that my sentiment will show. And I'll show you how I do that as well. So my card bases are all made, and now I'm just going to run through and glue all of the fronts on. And they won't be exact, because remember, these are 4 by 6. So I'll need to kind of get them in the center a good bit there. So look how cute that is. That is a quick card. Now I did want to show you something. Because the inside is black, we'll need to put something in there. And let me show you what I did. So for the inside, I cut a piece that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And see how that'll nest right inside there? And I stamped it with the same stamp. So this is super easy. This is just white cardstock, and it's stamped. And it's just cut 1/4 of an inch smaller. So we'll have that little 1/8 of an inch border all the way around on the inside. And I can just nestle that in there like that. And that is how all of the 5 by 7s are going to look. I'll show you. So the fronts will look like this. The inside will look like this. And isn't that cute? First cards we've made, super easy cards too. I'm going to run through and get those all put together. So here's what's left in our paper pack. We've got 2 strips I cut off today. I've got 1 piece of that gingham paper from Echo Park. That is this pack right here. I'll show you because that's the only thing left in here. Look, it's empty. It's hilarious. I have 1 little bit of a piece left from the paper pack itself. I have this cut apart sheet, which I don't want to cut it apart yet. I don't know what's going to happen with this piece, but I'm going to save it. It'll be something. I'm going to save it until my brain says what it is. So I'm putting that one aside. And then these stickers. Now, I'm going to call this project done. Here's why. I'm going to put these into my scrap bin. I will use these for something else when I'm making projects later. So that's where these guys will go. I'm doing it right now, just dropping in my scrap bin. The stickers, I have a video showing you how to use your leftover stickers. I'm going to link that video in the iCard and in the description, and that's how I would use these, except for the fact that I want to use these in my own personal notebooks and journals and things like that. So I don't want to turn these into cards for myself personally, but I have done a video showing you how to, so I will make sure to link that for you guys. But these, I just like them, and I want to use them in my own, like my Bible, in my Bible study journals, in my prayer journal. I want to use these myself, so I'm going to save these stickers for that. But let me show you what we ended up getting, okay? We got 7 prayer journals, okay? We got 13 bookmarks. Let's lay those out like that. 13 of those. We ended up with 9 easel cards. These guys right here. And 12 5 by 7 cards. Are you kidding me? This is a lot from that paper pack, and I didn't even use hardly any of the stickers, which is really cool because I can use them in other projects. But look how much you can get. Now, granted, this was the paper pack plus the 6 by 6, okay? And I added white cardstock and black cardstock. That was the other 2 cardstocks that I added. Other than that, it was glue and the stickers and the paper and some tools, your trimmers, your punches, things like that. But I'm very, very happy with all that I was able to get out of this paper pack. These are, I don't know, I thought the bookmarks would not be my favorite, but to be honest, I really have fallen in love with the bookmarks. I also love these little easel cards. I think these will be super cool to send out. And the journals, they're great. They're awesome, right? I love them. Now, I am going to be using these for friends at church, things like that, to send cards. The journals, I don't know yet. I may send these out. I don't know how we're going to do the journals yet. I'll let you know. Those may end up being giveaways at some point in time. But I'm real happy with how this turned out. I hope you guys are too. And remember, if you have done something like this, we want to see it over on our website in our customer gallery at Maymay.com. So head over, post pictures of what you've done onto our customer gallery. We love to see it. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you want to pick up anything I've used in this video, as always, the links are in the description below, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.